Alan, a good win today after last week. A bit about Barrow really, and first 20 minutes last week was up against it really, and struggling to get out of our own half and no possession. How do you turn that around to come to a match when you've got something like London Skolars at home and you're expected to win?
We knew it was going to be a tough game because they are a tough team and they don't go away. Even said that at half time at 20-0. If you look at all the games this year, they don't go away. They've got some really big athletes, athletic guys, physical guys, and they play the game right on the line at times as well. And I'm not speaking out of turn there, you can see that with their discipline. So you know you're going to get hurt, and you know you've got to take some pain and give some pain back. And we just spoke about doing it in the right ways, in the right manner, and controlling the game. And I thought we did that well for the first 40 minutes. I'd say again the first 10 minutes wasn't the best. They erred, we erred, and once we got that first try we settled down. No disrespect to London, but against a better side we could get punished. Barrow punished us last week for our start, and today we were fortunate London didn't. But after that I thought we took good control of the game, and then after half time a little bit of a wobble, a couple of back-to-back tries, and then again, you know, we took the momentum and took our chances and kicked on well, and we did well because obviously been in that position a couple of times this year, and we saw the game out well and put a score on, which was pleasing.
We seem to be having that wobble in the second half, and the strange thing was that London were down to 12 men at the time, and then they go score 2 tries. Is it players not getting out of the dressing room, not being switched on, or is it just something that happens in games?
Well, it's something that shouldn't be happening. We've looked at our changes, we've looked at mixing stuff up and our interchanges. If you don't field the first kick-off and then they have 3-4 sets on your line, it doesn't matter, you know, what personnel's on the field or what team you're playing, that, you know, they're going to punish you at this level, and that's what's happened today. We need to field that first kick-off, and then we don't help ourselves. We back it up with a penalty, a strip right in front of the referee on the goal line, and then we let in a last tackle try. So then that gives them that momentum where we're 20-0 up. If we score the next try, we probably go on and score 50. But we give them a chance, and like I said, they don't go away. They never give up, and that's the character of their side, and they showed that today, and that's why I'm pleased that we did keep them to 12 after that, or 10, sorry, 2 tries, and we kicked on and did some good stuff and defended well at times today as well.
We seemed very nervous under the high ball, and certainly kicks seemed to punish us again, and there was a little bit of wind out there, but it just seemed a nervousness. And you know, the one rule that I've always grown up with is never let a ball bounce, and we seem to just do that. Yeah,
look, there was some great catches. So I think Joe McLean come up with a good catch, Straff once, you know, Lewis, Wayne, even Kai. I know Kai didn't know what you're getting at. The one in the first half was a bit of a spiral bomb, but it comes from, you know, not putting pressure on the kicker. They're all good kickers at this level, and if you give them time to kick, it's a tough bomb to catch. That's the same at NRL level, at amateur level, all the way through to Super League. It doesn't matter where you're at. If you're not putting pressure on the kicker, there's some good kickers now. The way the ball is as well, it can spin in the air. So we've got to make sure that we're putting pressure on the kicker. In terms of kick-off, we've got to get bodies round and like I say, have confidence. I touched on it last week, at a drop ball from a kick-off cost us getting back into the game at 20 points to 10. So little things like that, and our skill level at times can be better. I thought at times today our dummy half pass, our catches, some of the things we did with the ball as well, and incorporates that, catching high balls and low balls. We did a little bit of work on that in the week. We've got to be better at that. You can't just take those things for granted either. You've got to be consistent in everything you do.
On both sides there seemed to be a bit of a scrappy play of the ball and knock-ons around the dummy half region. Is that just people trying to be too quick at doing it, or just not concentrating and actually getting the thing done and wanting to rush things?
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit of both. I think sometimes you're trying to get a quick play of the ball and there might be bodies in there or whatever it may be. I thought the match officials were good today. The ruck at times was scrappy. We want a quick ruck, and I thought they policed the ruck quite well at times. I just felt sometimes that they had bodies lying in the ruck and they were out of the way, and I think that spooked us a little bit, if you like. Sometimes we thought we need to run here because there's people on the ground, or we need to get a quick play of the ball. I think there's once under the post where we got penalised and there was someone lying in the ruck, so it was a bit of a strange one that for me, but we'll go back and have a look at that. So it's just been better in those, like you say, it's attention to detail. Our detail is good in defence, but in attack, like you say, in gripping contact, grip when you're playing the ball quickly, just little things like that, which we can work on in the week, but ultimately they've got to be able to do that under pressure, and that comes on a game day.
Are we a little bit predictable going forward? And just that, not just under your tenure, but as long as I've been watching, we always seem to aim at 3 men and get defended quite easily, or people are waiting for us and know what we're going to do, whereas our defence always seems to be 2 people grabbing out, trying to tackle.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say that we're working on some things in attack. I think sometimes it's the play after the play, so sometimes it depends. We might be trying to get to a defender and getting a quick play of the ball. It's always different scenarios. I think our attack has obviously the symptom of our attack at the minute is that we've not, every game we played, we've put a different half-back combination out every game since I've been here, so the last 4 games. So I think to take, what if we took 5 points out of 7, out of 8 maybe, out of 8, we've done well. I think obviously no Dom, no Brownie, Jammer's been in and out. He missed a couple of games after the Keithley game. Obviously young Gibbo's played, and Connors has played there a couple of times, and he's a hooker. So I'd like to think when we get a settled spine, our attack will be better, and we can do a little bit more in training, and we can be a bit more fluent with the ball, and we can be a little bit more unpredictable, like you say, and throw a different few plays at the opposition.
One of the things that's sort of been a thorn in our side, and probably yours previously coaching people, is Lewis Young, and it's a thing that seems to have got lost in the game at the moment. There's a sidestep, as I would know it, and he went under the sticks, and after going past 2 or 3 players today with an absolutely off both feet as well, he's got some feet on him, hasn't he?
Yeah, let's not talk about too much because he's out of contract. Putting some pound signs on it. No, he was, in all seriousness, he played well today. He did a job for me last week at standoff, and I think that sort of got missed. He played very well last week at Barrow. He tackled in the line, and he did what he needed to do. But back in his position, for his favourite position for us, he was League One Player of the Year a couple of years ago, Young Player of the Year, and he's showing that form, especially today. And like you say, it was a good try, and it comes off the back of second phase offloads when we've earned the right to do it, and we scored a couple of good tries like that today. We've offloaded the ball, second phase, people have run onto the ball, and like you say, the pick of them was Lewis, going around people, beating people, and that's what we want to see. That's the excitement we want to bring, especially I want to bring to Hunslet, and scoring good tries like that.
And that brings crowds back as well when you see that unpredictability. And we seem to have lost that in the game a little bit, that everything's predictable or you know who's going to go, and it's maybe a spin that gets you around, but we don't see that many side steps now, and maybe I'm just old.
No, like you say, I think we always follow the NRL, and they're usually a couple of years behind them. So at the minute, the NRL's really exciting, and there's lots of tries being scored, wingers scoring tries, and footwork and things like that you're speaking about. So hopefully that'll come back into the English game. And like you say, it's gone a little bit robotic, especially at the higher level, and it's more kick complete, and even some of the top sides are playing like that at the moment, and they're winning games, so you can't knock them. But hopefully it will phase back in, because like you say, tries like Lewis's today are worth coming through the gate on their own.
Well done again. It's getting towards the back end of the season now. Rochdale away next week. I think you'll be looking forward to that one, possibly.
It's somewhere that's had great memories for me, but we're Hunslet colours next week, and we want to get the win. They've had a good win today. There's been some good wins around. Crusaders knocked Barrow over, Keithley have won, everyone's won around us. It's business end of the year, like you say, so we need to go week in, week out. It's sudden death rugby for us every week now before the playoffs.
Well done again. Thank you.
Thank you.